This is Salamancer. You are watching SalTV, and today we've got an extra special game coming at you. This game is Jabronies versus Death Rattle, and of course it was the lower round 7, I think, lower round 7 or 6, one of the two. It was getting very close to being the final round here, where whoever wins this, I think, goes on to play Zensity, and I think I've already cast that game, but I have not cast this one yet. So, the Jabronies versus Death Rattle, we're going to have to see who can win this one. I picked it out based on the score of the game because it looked like a really close one, and I heard that it was indeed pretty awesome. So, here we go. The teams are at mid. It looks like Emro, the first guy to go down there, and, oh, some nice pipes here from Blix. It looks like, Dan, Hibiki, and Z-Clips have gone down now. Lord of the Ladies as well, so Jabronies here not having a very good mid-fight. They've only got 3 left up right now, and it looks like there's some big jumps coming in from the soldiers. Meanwhile, Stampede trying to deal as much damage as possible, and look at that, they do manage to get out of here, so at least they made the correct, the right call there after sort of losing that mid. They've kept their medic alive, and he is charged right now, so they are just dropping back here, seeing if they can't peek at yard a little bit, because of course the more they can delay the enemy, maybe they can actually hold their yard, which is really what they want to do. But no, right now they're just going to back away from it, and there comes the enemy. If they can make the enemy pop their Uber, that's what they want to do. Let's just see what happens over here. No, it looks like Giffy just ended up going down there, and here comes the Uber right now from red. Z-Clips runs in there, ends up dying, so it's a scout for a scout right now. The Ubers have both been traded, and Jabronies now kind of backed up into their second point here. They actually, I don't know, they might have been able to handle that, but no. Okay, Trisk is down, Boink is down, now Panic has died as well. Here goes Lord of the Ladies here, so wow, brutal stuff right now. Stampede, the only one left alive to defend his medic, and so once again, Jabroni's having to back off because, oh, actually, he's doing his best to spam in here. Oh, good pill there on Emro. Just he couldn't manage to stop that cap on the point, so now Stampede with 7 health. Oh man, if they'd realized he had 7 health there, that would have been really bad. But he managed to get out there, so wow, interesting. Actually, it was Z-Clips that really helped get him out of there as well, because Z-Clips ran in with like 185 and started pressuring the Death Rattle team. But do remember that, of course, the Death Rattle team is the same team we've been seeing all season, named 10 points to Gryffindor. It's the same people. Ryo Miyachi is, of course, Pet. He is Pet, and yes, that is the same person. Interestingly, Ryo Miyachi, I've been told, is a goalkeeper for the Arsenal football team, and that is, of course, European football. You crazy Europeans and your different ways of speaking the same language. But nonetheless, yeah, that's I believe, a famous soccer player. So named himself after that, which is pretty cool. Oh, Emro was actually playing the heavy, but ended up eating an Uber. So they've lost now 3 players, Giffy and Boink, both going down there to Z-Clips. So Blix now just trying to do a little bit of damage through the Z here, and that Z, of course, is this area right here. Not managing to do it just yet, but they're, of course, keeping their medic safe. Oh, actually, interesting pop there. Pet only went down to about like 7 health. So, ooh, they are pushing right back in. They may be able to get the cap, but right now they're holding that Uber, and we will have to see. There's going to be a significant Uber advantage for the Jabronies. So I think they... Oh my gosh, look at this Lord of the Ladies getting in on top of the medic. He's brought him back down to about 54 health, jumping in right now. Oh, he does get shot out of the air by a shotgun of Trisk. Giffy now has gone down as well. Emro dealing some damage over here on the wings, and Stampede with a good sticky trap there takes out his opposing soldier. Now they're having to deal with a little bit of a back cap, though, so Jabronies may have wanted to get forward, but they're having to drop back once again. Stampede sitting on this second point. They do hold second right now, which is kind of nice, and that is pretty sneaky right there. Oh, you are kidding me. Look at that positioning. You can't even, like, see it through the little red thing. That's cute. I like that. You should all use that, too. Yeah, so the Jabronies, once again, backed up to their second point right now. They've managed to prevent Gryffindor. I was going to call him Gryffindor, but they've managed to prevent Death Rattle from really pushing into their last point so far. So we'll have to see whether they can continue the action here. It's very, very difficult to push through this particular choke point between mid and second here on Granary. So we're going to have to see. And apparently I get made fun of for how I say Granary. The Europeans were all like, how you Americans say Granary so funny. I'm like, well, how are you supposed to say it? It's a thing that holds grain. It's a granary. It's not a granary. It doesn't hold gran. That's like a retirement home. All right, the Jabronies here look like they want to push a little bit through the smaller choke here, not through the garage. But in fact, I think maybe they're just waiting for their opponents to push as well. This is another one of those situations where you just kind of have to wait around a little bit. But now finally there is action going on. We are seeing that Boink has gotten around to the backside here, taking a lot of damage. The Ubers have come in, and finally the Uber has popped here for the Jabronies. They've pushed back out with it. The Uber is just about to fade here for blue, and they're going to start taking damage very soon. But look at all the action coming in by Soldier over here. Who is this? This is... it looks like that was Trisk out there doing some good damage. Nonetheless, it looks like the Jabronies have finished ooh, I was going to say finished off most of their opponents, but now Cammy is down as well, and it looks like Panic just got pistoled to death here. Z-Clip's trying to do what he can to salvage the situation, but it's only 2 scouts and a soldier alive for the Jabronies right now. They're having to fall back to their second point once again. Doc, come on, man. Well, you know what? Your Doc is dead because you couldn't save him, Z-Clips. You just couldn't save him. Your earbuds were in your ear. You didn't hear him tell you when he died, and that is what happens. So the Jabronies now backing out once again. They're actually may be able to hold their yard here. I'm kind of surprised the Death Rattle team maybe just didn't have quite enough players who were at good enough health to push out there. They might have ended up dying. So they are still holding on to mid, and we're still kind of seeing the same stalemate situation we've seen before. It's been about 2 minutes here since anybody has captured a point. So no, 3 minutes. I keep forgetting it's actually a 10-minute timer. So yes, it has been like 3 minutes since anybody captured a point right now. Cammy just trying to keep his team, I want to say his team, of course, because I have a policy of always saying his until I hear otherwise, so I'm going to call him a him, and if I'm wrong, they're going to have to sue me. But yeah, it looks like finally the Death Rattle team may push out here, but no, sir! Boink ends up getting taken down by Dan Hibicki, and I've never actually seen that name before, but I don't know the entire Jabronies roster, so that's probably part of it. So now that they're down a soldier, it looks like Jabronies want to push into Death Rattle. They're going to push through the garage, but they take so much spam here, they have to pop that Uber really early, and look how, oh, they are not getting far enough forward with this. Now, of course, the enemies pop the Uber as well. The Death Rattle team here has some significant advantage that they can play with. They've popped the soldier up into the air. Oh, he's not taking quite enough damage here. Panic, actually, oh, Trisk overextended there, and so did Ryo Miyachi. That is aka Pet. He has gone down, so that means that the Jabronies here having a really good time. They may actually capture mid. A soldier v soldier battle. Soldier trying to jump the medic right now. He ends up getting taken down by Panic. Panic, very good play right now. Oh, big pills coming in from Blix, and Panic is just not finished with the rocket jumps yet. Ends up helping finish off Blix there as well. Way to go, and with a pan or a pot, I mean, on your head too. That is pretty intense. And he's not done yet. Takes out Giffy there with a midair rocket too. This guy is crazy. So Panic doing a really huge job this game. And it looks like they want to push out to second now. Awesome stuff, guys. Oh no, but Emro comes in and picks off Cammy. And that means the Jabronies are really going to be hurting for that Uber advantage. Right now, the Uber advantage goes right to Death Rattle, and so they're going to be very happy about that. Holding here on the second point. We are, of course, going to see them probably try to push out to yard very soon. They can't do it yet, though. There's stickies and spam all over the place, and this is not the delicious kind of spam, if there even is one. So, no, Blue is going to hang back here, not push out until they think they have the Uber ready to go. They just want to make sure that they have it to pop in case they need it. The Jabronies now hanging out. They've got Dan sitting up here on the upper ground. He's just waiting for maybe to get a back cap once Blue pushes out, because they know Blue's going to push out. They know it's going to happen, and look how far back the Jabronies are playing. They've already fallen back to mid. They've given up the yard very quickly. Trisk here dealing with Dan right now, so Dan came around behind. Oh, good rollers there on Pet, though. Dealt like a good 100 damage to him almost, because it hit it right where he was standing. So now here comes the Uber, and yeah, very good pop there by Pet. He held onto it for a long time, but he's very damaged right now. And Trisk, with a difficult rocket jump there, couldn't quite make it, so now they're having to drop back. They have to deal with a scout behind them. Blix is very, very close to death. They managed to pick him up, though, so that's really good play there by Pet to keep his demo man alive against that pistoling scout. Looks like we're going to see the Is Dead team, aka Death Rattle, hold out in their yard for a little bit longer. Jabronies do now have an Uber, but Boink here trying to make them pop it if he can. They did not hit Cammy at all there, so Cammy having a good time so far, holding on to it. Nothing coming up the flanks right now, so they are going to push into the yard, and I think they just want to walk straight in with this if they can. They've got a big advantage. They need to push it right now. Get in there, find the sticky traps, and they are trying to find it. There they go, walking right over the sticky carpet here, and now trying to chase down this demo man. Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to make the enemies either lose their medic or pop an Uber or something. But there goes the Uber. It just faded away, so they have to back off, and it looks like the advantage now goes to Death Rattle, because Death Rattle, of course... Oh, wow! Cammy ends up getting taken out by Giffy this time. Those scouts from the Death Rattle team are insane. They have been the bane of that medic's existence, and I gotta tell you, as a medic, I really hate playing against good scouts. Probably more than anything else. So... These two scouts, though, Giffy and Giffy and Emro both have gotten a medic pick so far at very clutch moments. So Cammy down right now. But look at this. Death Rattle not yet able to get out there and cap. And actually, because there's only 2 players up right now for the Death Rattle team, they're going to end up losing this point. There they go. Jabronies out to a 1-0 lead against Death Rattle, and that's pretty awesome. I gotta tell you guys, Jabronies have been like the comeback kids all season, or at least all playoffs. During season play, they were ranked maybe like 14th or something. It wasn't a terrible record, but it wasn't like the world's greatest record. 10 points to Gryffindor had a significantly better record than them, who of course changed their name to Death Rattle, and that's who they're playing now. But those guys were really top ranked, and right now Jabronies to have 1-0 against them and to be playing so well is awesome. These guys have actually had some really amazing comebacks in other games too, just some huge upsets. So Jabronies are going to be surprised to see if they can actually manage to beat Gryffindor as well, or if they're going to finally fold here. But so far, Stampede and Cammy go down, but Blix, Trisk, and Giffy are all dead right now for blue team. Panic still has a lot of health here, but does manage to take out Emro. He's down to about 30. Cannot make any more rocket jumps. He can try to deal some damage to the medic there, but that medic is still alive. Really what he wants to do is just equalize her out of here. Jumped a rocket, but didn't manage to deal any damage with that, so that's too bad. So we're seeing now Boink and his medic capturing the point, and there they go. Good shooting indeed, sir. You kept your medic alive. No, they're just kind of dancing on it while it gets captured here. That's a cute little medic dance if I ever saw one. Look at that. Look at that footwork. You can't do that. And in fact, if you can, I want you to post a video of it to YouTube. Just let us all know that you can, in fact, mimic that that footwork by Pet there. That's hilarious. So. No, Boink going to push out here with Death Rattle. I think since they've got the Uber advantage, they should be able to very quickly capture Yard at least, which of course is not a capture point, but they need to get out there and take it regardless because it would mean they can finally get through these choke points. They're looking for very, very carefully for sticky traps right now, trying to knock them off. So far, none though, and actually, Jabronies were playing really far back anyway. Blix does end up going down though to some stickies right there, and now are they pushing into the point yet? Yes, they are, but they're pushing right over stickies once again. Stickies are deaded. No Uber popped yet for Pet. Pet is doing a really good job of holding on to this Uber, but now Giffy down as well. And here's the problem. The Jabronies just got their Uber charge up, so actually that big Uber advantage, I mean, it let them push out into Yard because it forced the Jabronies back, but now look at what's happening. The Jabronies actually used an Uber before the blue team did. Both teams two men down right now, and we're seeing the Uber come in. Boink, or I'm sorry, not Boink. This is actually Trisk coming out here and trying to get some kills, but looks like they did have to back out. Trisk does not want to overextend this time around. So here we've got once again the Death Rattle team now sitting on the middle point with Jabronies in their own Yard. And we're going to have to see whether Death Rattle can make a successful push into the Yard. They're going to want to. They've got actually an Uber disadvantage right now because they popped second, which is really surprising considering how easily they won that mid-fight. But, you know, things happen, and they really probably might have wanted to use that Uber sooner just to push out into the enemy and push into that second point. But they didn't, so that's what's going to happen. So the Jabronies now may have an opportunity to bring this game pretty even once again. Of course, they're up 1-0 right now, but they're going to try and push in. I think, no, they had an Uber advantage, but they didn't press it. So really, they could have had, they had more Uber advantage than I want to care to admit. That was like 20 or 30% advantage, really crazy. But no, we've right now we've got just both teams kind of setting up for a stalemate, and stalemates are just the most fun part of Granary. I gotta say, they're pretty awesome. So no, the Death Rattle team right now, I would like to see one of these teams push into each other, but you got to remember that whichever team pushes first is likely to lose just because you are pushing in, so you're probably going to have to Uber first. You're going to have to do all kinds of crazy stuff. You have to watch for all the sticky traps. You're going to take a lot of damage. The enemy, of course, is going to be prepared for you. And so here we go. We've got the Death Rattle team pushing in right now. They are taking a bit of damage as expected. Look at this. Giffy's already down to about 20 health right now. The Uber's finally used. They want to force the enemy medic to use the Uber right away, but Giffy goes down there, and now the red Uber is popped. They are jumping it around their enemies for sure. Wow, okay, so lots of damage coming down. There goes Blix. Pet already down. So yeah, the Jabronies is doing a very good job with that counter Uber. That's what happens when you get bored and you try to push into somebody instead of letting them push into you. Sometimes it really goes badly for you. The Death Rattle team there got bored and tried to push in, and now their entire team has wiped. That was Trisk going in for a medic pick there, and he ended up dying as well. So the Jabronies now hold on to mid, and they've pushed right into Yard with no opposition whatsoever. So that, well, almost no opposition. Now there's a scout, but Giffy's down as well. So, and now pushing on to second. So really, that push from mid to second there by Death Rattle was just disastrous. Oh no! But speaking of disastrous, we've got the Master of Disaster in here, Enro, the heavy. Just where even was he? I think he was hiding in here. Actually, he was hiding in that spawn, and nobody checked for him. That was hilarious. He just walked in behind their entire team. He's like, "Hey, sup guys? I got a minigun," and they were all like, "Oh lol, we're dead." Wow, where did that come from, Emro? I think we all want to know. Yeah, he was probably hiding in that small spawn though, and oh, Stampede's even admitting that was some sneaky heavy work right there. So the Death Rattle right now did manage to capture mid once again. They're playing very slowly here, though. I really think they could push into Jabronies. It looks like that may be what they do here. Yeah, they've pushed the heavy straight through that choke point. I'm getting a little weird FPS lag, but whatever. Looks like Triss goes down, but so does Dan right now, and so it's a soldier for a scout at the moment. We've got the Uber used for blue, no Uber available for red, and what are they doing? They're like jumping on top of an Ubered heavy. That is not going to work very well. Now, of course, falling back here, but the Jabronies may end up losing their second if they're not careful. They almost have their Uber ready to go, but it's not there yet, and it looks like the Death Rattle team is not going to push in just yet. They really ought to be dealing damage. I am getting crazy FPS. Like, what is going on with this game? I don't even know. Whatever, guys. I hope you appreciate the game. Anyway, oh, you know what? It's probably this stupid website. I'm going to close it right now. There we go. Now it's closed. Jabronies here with a good Uber, and they've actually taken advantage of the positioning here of Death Rattle. They pushed past the yard, took out Boink and Emro right away, so that heavy is finally down. But once again, a back cap attempt, and oh, Stampede, you're crazy. But once again, that back cap attempt there. Whoa, what are you doing? Wow, this is insane. Death Rattle pushing with 3-on-3 right now. It's a medic, a soldier, and a demo man. And the soldier, the soldier combo here pushing through the left side. They want to go and take out their opponents on their second point, but they really can't. Right now, Jabroni is just watching those sticky traps. Oh yeah, trying to peck away at the demo man over there. Let's see if we can spot a demo here. Wow, yeah, the FPS lag is still with me, so maybe it's just because my computer's been on for like 4 days straight. I don't know. But Death Rattle here, oh, taking a lot of damage for Emro right now. At the flanks here, there's some scout play going on. Emro is down right now, and that means their flanks are not being watched very heavily. One soldier having to back out as well. So look at this, the entire Death Rattle team is basically, or they were kind of stacked up over here. Now they are once again holding both sides, though. Very well done to them. And look at this, they have forced their enemy Uber right away. So they tried to capture that point. They couldn't do it, but their opposing Uber has been popped. And look at this, 3 down for the Jabronies right now. In fact, 5 down. Oh, wish we'd seen that. But now it's Panic is the only one left, and he is taking a lot of damage right now from a scout. Did manage to kill the scout as he died, but it's not going to matter because, oh, actually it is going to matter there. Boink wanted to get in and cap that point, but if that scout had managed to cap, that would have been it. Right now it's going to be Blix jumping into the point, but he's taking some damage from the scout here as well. Actually, interesting play here by Blix. He jumped in, pretended he was going to go for that point, and then just started trying to deal damage with the stickies instead while backing out. Pretty neat. He didn't get the kill there, but whatever. So let's see. We're going to see the Jabronies here start to set up a defense on their last point. Remember, right now it is still 1-0 for the Jabronies against the Death Rattle team, and I swear I keep forgetting their names. I need to let's fix this little paper here. Now I can see it. Okay. Yeah, Jabronies are probably going to be A-okay right now, holding on to last for a little bit. They don't have the Uber quite ready to go yet, but we're going to have to see whether the Jabronies, whether Death Rattle can push in. I am having such weird lag that I may end up having to stop this as soon as this round is over and see what I can do for the recording. But they are pushing in right now, and there we go. The Uber is popped as early as possible, but look at this Cam. He almost has the Uber up. Just he's down to 50 health right now. He did manage to keep his demo man alive here, but it looks like he's just not going to be able to do enough damage. One demo man has to reload against an entire blue team. That's not enough. So there you go. Death Rattle with a secure win there on that second round. It's 1-1. I'll be right back after I fix my FPS. Alright, so we are back. Hopefully that has fixed my little lag issue. I don't really know if it has, though. We'll see. I just want to get this game casted because this looks like so far it's been an excellent game and it's going to continue. Now, I gotta say, while we're getting out there, I was at LAN this weekend and it was awesome. I got to meet all 4 of the, of course, all 24 of the teams, or the team members that were there, all 4 of the teams, 24 of the members. I love each and every single one of those guys because they were amazing just to watch play. But here, right now, we've got the mid-fight going on, so I should stop talking about that. Let's talk about this instead. Trisk here trying to deal some damage, but it looks like most of the most of the Death Rattle team is already dead. God, I've got to start calling them the right name. Cammy taking a lot of damage here, so Blix did some good spam, but he's having to back out to his own second point now. So yeah, had to back out there, and now, oh, Blix is actually doing the same thing. Wow, okay, maybe I'm just really stupid and I just haven't seen these, but that's a really neat little spot there. Nonetheless, we're going to have to see what happens with it. Jabronies right now pushing in, and do they actually see this sticky trap? Set it off, there you go! Oh man, Stampede! You should have known about that, Stampede. You should have known about that trap. Standing right under it, not even checking for it. Oh, that's got to be embarrassing. But there you go. So it looks like Death Rattle dealing, giving them a taste of their own medicine. That was kind of hilarious. Yeah, so the Jabronies now, they do hold on a second. They look like they want to push without Stampede, and they've actually gotten a kill here on Boink. Oh, but Mini Sentry's down right now, and that is going to be a huge pain. Of course, you have to deal with it, but another one's going to go up real fast here from Emro, bringing back that Breloom Revolution just a little bit. Z-Clips goes down in midair to the mini sentry, and now the Jabronies, while they wanted to push, they really can't. They've got it's just one soldier, one medic alive right now, trying to push in against 5 players, and great kill there by Giffy. Once again, scout on the medic. We are seeing some amazing scout action from Death Rattle right now, 1-to-1, and there you go. Lord of the Ladies down, Dan down as well. I'm kind of surprised they even tried to push in to defend second there because their medic and soldier were both down. That was probably not a very good idea. So yeah, I'm still getting some weird FPS lag, but hopefully it is bearable. I'm probably going to restart my computer after this game, but I'm going to keep casting this game because it is excellent. So the Death Rattle team pushing back out. They've retaken their second. They're going to capture yard, and can they get to mid is the question. Right now, a lot of spam coming in through these hallways. There's stickies everywhere, so they're going to have to be very, very careful about that. But it looks like they've already pushed through the left-hand side, and nothing was there to stop them. They're using the Uber advantage right now. They've kept their demo alive, and now Ubering a soldier over onto this side, trying to deal damage here. Stampede has gone down, Dan as well, and Lord of the Ladies. So that's 3. They did not manage to kill Cammy, though. Cammy's sitting back here, very close to the second point, using this little doorway as cover when he needs to. There you go. So you watch him dodge right back into there as soon as those rockets start coming at him. But it's only him and Panic left alive right now. They are very close to Uber, but you don't just want to Uber one soldier because you're not going to be able to deal enough damage with that. Let's see if we can't find... Here's Panic. Yes, Panic has backed off to their last point. Jabronies may end up losing this second round here very, very quickly if they're not careful. They need to find some way to get a pick on the Death Rattle team without losing one of their own players, because then they can push in with the Uber advantage, but they're wasting time right now, and it looks like Death Rattle may end up getting their Uber alive before the Jabronies can really manage to do anything about it. So Jabronies probably just setting up for a defensive play. They are setting up, though, on some high ground, which is cool to watch. Getting that high ground defensive play is going to be really important for them to hold on to their last point. Of course, it lets them have that big advantage of not being able to take a lot of, rocket splash and sticky splash and whatever else. I mean, you have to aim those rockets really, really well to hit somebody who's standing on ground that is higher than you. We are seeing right now the Jabronies do want to push in. Actually, they knock out, first thing is a sentry gun. They took out Emro as well, and there goes Giffy. So lots of kills here so far, 2 at least on this Uber, but are they going to manage to recapture their second point? Because it looks like the counter Uber for Death Rattle was popped. Blix trying to deal some spam over here on the doorways and doing a lot of damage so far. Panic having to drop back. Of course, Panic, the pocket soldier for the Jabronies, having to drop out of there. Good spam coming in from the Demo Man, but it's not quite enough to kill anything. And now it looks like Giffy wants to go on Sniper, interestingly. So, yes, the Death Rattle team is preparing to push into last and bring it up to 2-to-1. And we're going to have to see if we can't watch the Sniper cam here, because Giffy is a pretty gosh darn solid sniper. Poking out right now and just seeing if he can't find somebody to kill. Looking. He spotted a soldier right in front of him. Are you kidding me, Giffy? You saw that soldier, right? Of course, the STV demo is just a little bit different and delayed from the actual player camera. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't think the soldier saw him, or maybe he didn't see the soldier. Either way, now there is a counter sniper for MMJ, which is Jabronies right now. Z-Clips is on the sniper, and let's see what he can spot. He's having a scout go open that door for him, which is cool, but he did not manage to see anything, and I think that the Death Rattle team has spotted that. So here we go. Now the Death Rattle team wants to push in here. They've got 100% Uber. And, oh, good kill by Giffy on Z-Clips. That means there is no sniper up right now. It is 5-on-6, so we should see Death Rattle push in anytime. They're kind of going to wait for sticky traps and stuff here. Got to watch out for that. Be very careful. But there they go. Getting ready to jump it right now. There is no crazy off-classing. The Uber is popped for the Jabronies, and they're having to drop back to their last point right now just to stop a capture attempt on it. But look at how damaged the blue team is. They're not losing players, though. Emro, Blix, both still alive with very low health. And look at how many players Jabronies are losing. I think that they have lost this. Big headshot there on Cammy to finish it off. Lord of the Ladies ends up going down to Emro. So there you go, guys. Death Rattle up 2-to-1 against the Jabronies, and Death Rattle, of course, showing us why they were at the top of ESEA Open. These guys are a great team with great players, and I do hope to see them do very, very well in the rest of this season and in the rest of this game. Because here they go, guys. This is, of course, a lower bracket final. I think I might have not mentioned that, but if I didn't, this is a lower bracket final, so of course that means that whoever loses this game is going to be out of the playoffs, and if they're out of the playoffs, then they're just going to have to wait around for next season, which is kind of lame, right? But you know what? Whoever wins this game gets to continue on in the playoffs and face off against Zensity. Oh, big jump in here by Boink right away, trying to get some kills. Does not manage to get any, though, and so right now he's dealt a lot of damage, but the Jabronies team can heal that right back up. Emerald's going around to the back here. Blix trying to deal some damage, but he's getting pressured. Emerald now pressuring the enemy Demo Man. Blix still managed to stay alive there, mostly because Emerald ran in and suicided. Giffy got a kill on Z-Clips at the very end there, but look at how damaged... Are you kidding me? These Demo Men, oh my gosh, Blix and Trisk right now, the only ones left alive. They just got some spawns, so it looks like they should be okay. I don't think Blix is actually watching this sticky trap, and I really would like to see him watch it because that is a hilarious sticky trap. Yeah, look how invisible that is right now. Lord of the Ladies sees that one. He sees it. Doesn't want to push any further forward. Than, dead it. There he goes. Oh my gosh, these sticky traps are crazy. Blix has been getting so many awesome traps right now, and there goes the force pop there for Jabronies. So it looks like the Jabronies here are going to have a pretty good time pushing in for the moment. They had that uber advantage, but now they've got a disadvantage. It was forced pop, so yeah, they're probably going to have to abandon the yard, I think, to the Death Rattle team. And here they go. Let's just see Jabronies right now hanging very far back in yard. They've got a sticky trap over here on the right-hand side above the door. The charge is ready to go, but they are, I mean, that's a very visible sticky trap. They know that's there, so they're not going to do anything about it. Scout's now pushing around the side along with a Demo Man. That's going to be a little interesting for Red Team to deal with. And right now, they still have the sticky trap up, but it's not going to matter because the entire blue team rotated around through their Z, so they're going to be okay. Oh, taking a lot of damage here. But I think they're going to be fine. Yeah, there they go. So they are now pushing the Jabronies team back quite a bit. Cammy about 80% Uber right now, so they should, I think, be ready to defend mid against an Uber push from the Death Rattle team. And Death Rattle right now, I don't know if they're actually going to be able to push into mid. This is a very, very difficult push to make, even when you do have that Uber, but they're doing it anyway. And Blix now taking most of that Uber. His soldier has jumped up ahead, and the Uber has just finished off there. Cammy now pops his own, and oh, was that a needle kill? No, it was not, sorry. Actually, the Jabronies here going for a back cap, and they've managed to get it with an Uber, interestingly, so... Oh, Scout managed to take off the Demo Man, but there goes the last point, and who's capturing it? It is Z-Clips. Jabronies just realized there that when oh my gosh, so when Death Rattle pushed through into mid, Jabronies were just like, yeah, okay, that's cool, we can just go take your second then. And so they rotated around the entire team before Death Rattle could get that point captured, because of course, remember, the second point and the last point each capture successively faster, so the midpoint is the longest point on a 5CP map to try to cap. That was pretty crazy. So the Jabronies now are in a very good position. It's 2-2, and we're just going to have to see whether that psychological advantage they got off that back cap can pay off, because of course, Death Rattle is going to be a little bit angry about that. Right now, Blix taking a lot of damage here from Panic, and Panic ends up getting the kill. Also gets a kill on Trisk before finally going down there. Now Cammy's in a lot of trouble from this Scout, trying to deal with the needle kills, but he's not able to get it. Giffy goes down there to Dan. Dan trying to deal some damage here. Emro cannot hit him yet. There he goes, pistols him to death. So the Jabronies did not manage to get... Okay, I'll let you finish. There you go. Did not manage to get the enemy medic, which means that, of course, the Death Rattle team now has 100% Uber advantage. They're going to be able to take second, no problem, and then they're probably going to be able to push on to last with that Uber. Stampede's going to try and get in there and prevent the capture of second if he can force the enemy Uber. That's really what he wants to do. Here come the Stickies right now to try to stop that, but of course, look at where the enemies are. They are edging the point, so Emro just standing here on the very edge, manages to capture it, no problem, because the Jabronies were not inside to really contest it. They were just kind of prepared to back out against the Uber. So playing a little bit scared, a little bit safe. They do not want to die, of course, to an Uber, but the problem is, here comes the Uber right now, and there's nothing from the red team to really defend against it. There is this little mini sentry here, but it gets taken down before dealing any real damage. It was just kind of being a pest. Heavy down right now, Soldier down as well. Giffy the first person to die on the blue team, but there's only 2 left alive, and now it's just Stampede. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3-2 going into the half. Death Rattle up against the Jabronies. That was a very good half, as the players are saying, and we'll be right back with the second one. And with the second half live here, we're going to have to see whether the Jabronies can take 3 rounds in quick succession against their opponents, because if they can do that, they win the game and move on. Otherwise, the seemingly superior Death Rattle team is going to take the victory and move on to play against Zensity. And of course, that will be a really awesome game too. In fact, I might have already cast it. I don't remember. But if I didn't, of course, pretty awesome game. So Trisk jumping up on the crates right now, trying to take his high ground, because if he can, of course, it means he keeps that advantage for a while. He can see everything that's going on the point. Lord of the Ladies down, but so is Blix and Boink. course, it looks like the red team is getting the worst of this exchange right now. They're having to back out with their medic, taking a lot of damage. Oh, soldier goes down here, and it's only Pet. Ryo Miyachi up alive right now. He's getting chased down by a demo man. Oh, lots of damage coming onto him. He's got like 20 health left. No, even less than 20. And there he goes! Stampede knocking him out with a sticky. So very big win there for the Jabronies. And even bigger than you might think. It wasn't just a wipe. The fact that the medic was running away for so long, look how long it's going to be until he spawns. He might not even be alive by the time Jabronies push in. No, actually he will. But Jabronies have such a huge advantage here they can push in with. No, look at this. He's not even alive yet to heal his players. So right now, everything the Jabronies have is advantage. They're pushing in. They've knocked out a sentry gun before it even went up. This is a really big push from them, and I think they're going to have this one. Medic finally up, but he's got nobody to heal, nothing to do. There is a back cap going on, but it's not going to matter. The Jabronies take a very quick round after a very devastating mid-fight for Death Rattle, and we're going to have to see whether they can do that again. Let's just watch the, let's see if we can watch the Trisk rollout here. I want to see that one. Trisk, a very good soldier in his own right. I've seen all of these soldiers before because, of course, I've cast them on X Television, and XTV has been doing some crazy work this weekend, guys. Of course, I talked about LAN. It was the ESEA Invite LAN, and those guys were... It was insane. It was just completely insane. It was awesome watching those games. I'm going to get some of them casted when the STV demos go up, but they're not up yet. So, you know, until then, I'm going to continue with the continuing ESEA Open playoff coverage. But here we go, Trisk getting a big air shot there on Lord of the Ladies, finishing him off as well. So that is very good for the Death Rattle team. He's taking a lot of damage now, but keeping his medic alive. Very good stuff. And now Trisk looks like he may want to jump up again. 9 health left right now, though. And there he goes, taken down by those stickies. Cammy here in a lot of trouble right now, but there goes Blix to the needles. Meanwhile, Stampede used a sticky there to kill Pet. And so once again, a big wipeout there for the Death Rattle team when I thought they were doing really well. But they only managed to kill like 1 or 2 people. So now Jabronies pushing up to second once again. They've got a 100% Uber advantage and just trying to take those forward spawns. So wow, this is going to be pretty intense here. If Gryffindor can defend this, it'll be good. But right now it's 3-3, and if they lose this one, it's going to go up to 4-3 against Gryffindor. That's not going to be good for them. Oh, and my voice is dying because I've been schmoozing so much, but man. Alright, so Blix just trying to deal as much spam as he can. Of course, look at the path of those pills, by the way. They actually roll all the way off the edge here. It's really awesome if you can fire them through there. Anyway, Blix trying to just set down some stickies to stop the opponents from advancing onto the point. Stickies are going down on the point right now, though. And, oh, there is a scout trying to capture it. Jabronies are doing some good damage here, but both teams losing a lot of players right now. Pet has gone down. Blue Medic still up, trying to deal needle damage there. Panic and Dan still left alive. It's 2 against 3 right now. Dan, the only one left. Oh, good kill there by Dan, though. Can he get the final one here on the soldier? No, he cannot. Trisk staying alive by himself to defend that point with 16 health left. There is a pot lying on the ground, and who knows why that is. But no, Trisk with that vital defense there by himself. But Jabronies have an advantage once again. They are going to start trying to push in. Giffy taking a lot of damage here from the scout. He doesn't end up dying just yet, but Z-Clips there probably could have killed him. Now he's getting the heals from the medic, but still lots of spam coming in. He gets taken out by a rocket. There was just too much going on there, so Jabronies may want to push in with their player advantage right now, and that might be actually what they do. Here they go. A lot of damage coming down. Panic took a rocket himself, but Boink is down. Lord of the Ladies now down as well. So I think Jabronies are this push has not been successful for them. They need to back out here and try to get their Uber up at the moment. So right now it's 3-3, and it's anybody's game at the moment here. The Death Rattle team looks like they're able to push out onto their second point and recapture it, so they may be able to get back and turn this game around in their favor. Right now, Jabronies have a very big advantage here, but the forward spawns are no longer going to be available to them. Look at this, though. A little bit of an Uber advantage for Cammy here, and is he going to push it? Dan is standing on the high ground right now, while the rest of his team does some work from the low ground down here. And, oh, there's the pop right away from Red to try and stop this capture by Blue. Good stop by them. They have managed to prevent some forward spawns for the Blue team. But it looks like they're having to back out now, and that means the cap may actually go down for the Jabronies. I don't know. No, they're having to back out, so there they go. Trisk and his medic keeping that alive. Panic now dealing some damage, though. Once again, Panic dealing some huge kills right now in this game. I don't think he's going to stop yet. He managed to grab that health kit when I thought he was going to die here for sure. And there he goes. Oh, Medic capping by himself. Cammy, are you kidding me? Cammy getting, like, so much needle damage down there, not even healing his team. He's just like, no, guys, I got this. I'll be the main damage dealer for our team. No problem. Medic is a damage class. So he pushed out there by himself. And look, Pet now down. Is Jabronies going to slow their play up just a little bit here, or are they going to send Lord of the Ladies straight onto the point? Actually, he may be able to take it right now. No, he did get spotted out there, but only 2 left alive right now for Death Rattle. They just got spawns. Boink, if he can defend this as long, until his spawns get out, they should be okay. But there he goes. Boink is now down. Blick's down as well, and the point is getting captured. And oh, good pipes here by our friend Stampede from Jabronies. Finish it off. It's 4-3 now. Jabronies bringing it back in the second half. So one more here and Jabronies will end up winning the game. It's still going to be 2 more points for Death Rattle, so we will have to see whether Death Rattle can bring it back. Jabronies, though, doing an amazing job this game of showing us why they managed to... Did that sticky just bounce the way I thought it did? Are you kidding me? What? Anyway, the Jabronies showing us just why they managed to make those upsets. They've got some really big plays here. They're playing very well as a team right now. And they've pushed on the proper timings. They've been really, really aggressive. Good play here to knock out Boink right there, and now he is the first casualty. Jabronies still keeping everybody up here. There, finally Z-Clips dies, but looks like Pet wants to keep his team getting a lot of kills. Now Lord of the Ladies down as well, but oh no! Sticky's coming down from Stampede doing crazy damage, and Dan getting up around here behind the enemy Demo Man. Blix goes down, so now it's just Dan and Panic against nobody. Pet complaining about a little bit of lag here. And as a medic, of course, that means he can't dodge quite as well as he wants to. But hey, what are you going to do? Jabronies should have the middle point once again, and that is a big, big advantage because remember just how bad it is to push through like the choke points over here. If they can cap it and then not have to worry about their enemies like set up in yard, that'd be really good. But it looks like they actually will have to worry about that. Problem is, though, their opponents, on the other hand, even if they are set up in their yard, which they're really kind of only tentatively set up there, not only do they have to push through one garage and one surge point, then once they've taken mid, they have to push through the other one as well, which means they're just, they're at a disadvantage. It's very obvious right now that, of course, the Jabronies have that forward point. They have the forward spawns. They've got the advantages. So Jabronies want to press this right now. They're taking some damage here, but of course what that's really just doing is helping them build the Uber without waste ammo. So that's why Panic is, of course, standing there and eating those pills, because he actually wants to take the damage to build up his Uber. Now both teams are going to have Uber at about the same time here. Red just slightly beforehand, but they're not able to push through here right now. So the Jabronies are actually pushing on their own, and Lord of the Ladies goes down right away. Jabronies probably having to back out there. Yes, they are, and here comes a Scout. What are you doing, Scout? I don't know. Jabronies now, yeah, here we go. That was Giffy. He was just trying to secure the area, look for traps, look for people who are hiding, and he didn't find any of them. So now he's going to get on top of the medic here, try to force a pop, and he might do it, actually. Good job by him to do that. Stampede did take him out there, though. And now, do you see how Boink managed to just jump back there? He's just like, yeah, they popped, so I'm going to head back, get to the protective safety of my own medic, and now I think Death Rattle should be able to push out on the second if they... Oh, Boink does go down, though, and those sticky traps are still up. Emerald's taking a lot of damage here from a Scout, but managing to stay alive quite a long time. There goes Emerald, though. Blix now trying to deal his own damage. But he may end up going down here very quickly as well. There he goes. He gets taken out by Stampede after Panic deals a lot of damage to him. Stampede pushing in with the stickies now, and Jabronies are actually going to recapture this second point once again from Death Rattle. They've got a tiny bit of an Uber advantage, and they have just pushed and pushed and pushed this game. They're actually pushing without the Ubers. The enemy does not have a Demo Man up right now. Already somebody on that capture point, but look, now there's 2 down for the Jabronies. They've managed to kill Pet, though, and if anything, I would like to see them just back out here. Oh, enemy heavy up right now. Yeah, get out of there, guys. Get out of there. If Jabronies can get out without losing their medic, that's it. Cammy did die, though. Giffy ends up taking him down. So these scouts for Death Rattle are just amazing. Yeah, Giffy took him down for sure. Trying to capture this point now, and he's cleared the way for his Demo Man to pretty much get in there and do that. So there we go. Oh, actually not quite. Saved at the very last second there by Lord of the Ladies. So he's actually going to help get those forward spawns for his team. And there you go. Jabronies still holding on to that second point. Crazy stuff. So Jabronies now, are they going to be able to push into last? They've brought a heavy of their own, but is he there yet? I don't think he is. Are they pushing like with 5 players right now? This is kind of weird. They're pushing with, yeah, they're pushing with 5 players. Okay, well, this is cool. Jabronies just being massively aggressive. Pet did go down again. Trisk and Blix down as well. Oh, there's a big bad cap going on, but it doesn't matter. Jabronies stack up everybody on the point in that last little race, and they win the game there against Death Rattle. So Jabronies 5-3 against Death Rattle. After that halftime, Jabronies just pulled off some stunning stuff. So guys, that was all I have for you of that game. This has been Salamancer. Hit subscribe on youtube.com/fatmop, and I am signing out.